Welcome on in. I am the Ginger Beard Man back again. Yes, again. This is my third update this week of Dead by Daylight. Now, I wasn't going to do this at first. I was like, oh, I'll just wait. And then next week, when I do my normal update time, I'll tell everyone about everything. And then I get sent a little snippet of this patch notes. And I'm like, what are they doing? So now, here I am. We are going to talk about everything that's coming out, everything that is now out. As I told you in the last video, the modifier is running right now. It is running. These are the gifts that you're going to get on a daily basis with this modifier. Today, you're going to get the 50K, 50K. The next day, you get 10 in the Rift. You get 50K, 10, 50K, 50K, and the gifting ends on the 19th. That is gonna be it. Now, what happens in this lights out modifier? There's a lot that goes on. There's no loadout. There's no scratch marks. Increased anti-camping. There's no terror radius. A lot of the perks, items, add-ons, offerings, all that is gone. There's more chests to get items, though. If you're running around and you find those chests, you can open them and get items to use in the map. Of course, it is darker. You can't see across the map. That's why it's called Lights Out. And there's new item, the Canberella. Is that what that's called? A Canberella? Well, yeah, we'll go with that. And faster repair speed. Why don't we always have that? I hate sitting there for 5 minutes working on a gent. But anyway. And then you have the random pool of the 6 maps. And that is it. That is what's going on with the modifier. And you can go play that right now. They got the new tome out for it. So you can get some stuff as well. Well, earn some stuff as well, I should say. I need to reword some of the stuff I say because I'm wrong. But let's talk about the patch notes. Oh boy. Patch notes. Alrighty. The next update features an especially large number of perk tweets and reworks on top of our usual killer tweaks and new features. In this post, we'll dig into each of those changes and share our reasoning behind them. Oh, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready. Finishing Mori. This is the new. The killer can now perform a Mori on a final survivor without using an offering. Yes, so if you're the final one on the ground, you die. They can literally kill you now. They don't gotta hook you, they can just kill you. Objects obstructing the camera during the Mori animation will fade away, and the reworked Memento Mori offerings have a new effect to gain a large blood point bonus when performing a Mori on the final survivor. Which is alright, I guess. Sure. When the finishing Mori system was tested previously, many found it and the surrounding gameplay changes to have too large of an effect on the match. We have scaled it back in this system to better suit what players expected from it. Killers now have the option to kill final survivor if they so choose. This will provide some visual flair and create a satisfying end to the match. Okay, sure. Since this change would make Memento Mori offerings obsolete, we have reworked them to instead reward the killer with a large amount of blood points based on their rarity. When a Mori is performed, we also added a new mechanic which hides objects nearby when a Mori is happening to prevent rocks, crates, and other things from rudely standing in the way, so you can see these kills in all their glory. Which is alright. I mean, it's cool. I mean, at least now there's not going to be stuff in the way to block our Moris. Hopefully that means grass, because that's always a thing. Like, most maps have a lot of grass, so if you're down on the ground, you couldn't really see because the grass was in the way. So, hopefully, that's that. Now, I'm going to go through all these perks. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of these perks no one uses. I'm going to be completely honest, and there's literally like 3 that everyone uses all the time in here. But for the most part, all of these, literally, mostly all of these perks, no one uses. So I don't expect them to use it still. But I'm going to go through them, and we're going to read them. And I'll tell you which ones that I think is just downright, what the hell were they thinking? How about that? Teamwork. The Power 2 knew this effect will linger for a few seconds when at a range. Re-entering this range before the linger time expires will retain the effects. Increased range to 8, 12, 16 meters. It was 12 meters. Teamwork power 2 no longer has a cooldown. It was 180, 160, 140. Removed. No longer deactivates when another survivor loses a health state. It was removed. Teamwork collective stealth. New. This effect will linger for a few seconds when out of range. Re-entering this range before the linger time expires will maintain the effects. Change. Increased range to 8, 12, and 16 meters. It was 12 meters, and this stuff has been removed. The stealth no longer has a cooldown. It was 180, 160, 140 seconds. No longer activates when either survivor loses a health state. Corrective action changes. Now applies to survivors within 8 meters. Was cooperating on the same action. Change. Prevented failed skill checks now become great skill checks. Was good skill checks. Inner focus changed. Increased aurora reading during to 6, 8, and 10 seconds. It was 3, 4, and 5, and removed the range requirement. We're gonna live forever. You know, I remember when that perk was great. Long time ago. Anyway. Change. Increased healing speed bonus to 150. It was 100. Dev note, survivors aren't left in a dying state often, so we want to make sure this perk is effective when a serious or situation arises. You read that? I'll read that again. Survivors aren't left in the dying state often, so we want to make sure this perk is effective when the situation arises. I'm down on the ground all the fucking time. What the hell are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm always left on the ground. There's always someone that leaves me on the ground and goes after someone else. What are you talking about? Removed endurance effect no longer needs to be activated. Who added a 30-second cooldown to the endurance effect? Oh my god, I can't believe they wrote that. Dev note, but who wrote that? We need to talk. Do you play the game? I'm a killer. I'll tell you I leave people down. What the heck? Poised. New. When you start repairing a generator, see the killer's aurora for 6 seconds. Change. Increased duration to 10, 12, and 14 seconds. Was 6, 8, and 10 seconds. Blood Rush. Change. Blood Rush now activates for 40, 50, 60 seconds after being unhooked. Previously activated permanently when you were one hook away from the death. Okay. New. Blood Rush now activates upon performing a conspicuous action. Blood Rush now deactivates when exit gates are powered. Blood Rush no longer heals or provides a broken stat. What the hell did they do to that? That's terrible. Oh, that's a dead perk. Anyway. Quick Gambit. New. When chase see the auroras of other survivors. New. Quick Gambit now has a 60-second cooldown upon losing a health state. Change. Reduce repair speed bonus to 3, 4, 5% with 6, 7, 8. Why is this? Why is you nerfing it? What? Removed. Repair speed bonus no longer has a limited range. Why'd you nerf that? Like, why'd you even touch it? God almighty. Rework. Distortion no longer has tokens and instead deactivates once used until the next time you are chased. Change. Increased duration to 8, 10, and 12 seconds with 6, 8, and 10 seconds. That don't sound right. Distortion no longer has tokens and instead deactivates once used until the next time you are chased. Then they're gonna see you, right? What? That makes no sense. That's dead perk. Anyway. Move on to the next one. Lucky Star. Now suppresses grunts of pain and pools of blood as long as you are in a locker. This effect lingers for 30 seconds after exiting the locker. Was 10 seconds after entering. Removed. No longer reveals survivors or generator auroras. Why? Why are they butchering these perks? God, I mean, just delete them at this point. Oh my god. Genetic limits rework. Anytime a survivor loses a health state, they suffer from the exhaustion to 6, 7, and 8 seconds. Alright, that's alright. Leverage rework: when a survivor performs an unhook, their healing speed is reduced by 30, 40, 50 for 30 seconds. Whack. Now starts with 3 tokens. Gain 1 token upon hooking a survivor when breaking a pallet or breakable wall. Consume 1 token and date or cause a survivor within 24 meters to scream and reveal their location for 3, 4, and 5 seconds. I've seen a lot of the screaming lately. I think it's the Knight's perk. A lot of people have been using that perk. I forget the name of it off the top of my head, but I know it's the Knight. Machine learning change. The most recently damaged generator becomes compromised. Deathbound removed. Deathbound no longer has a distance requirement to activate. Deathbound no longer has a duration, instead deactivates when the healer is hooked. That's interesting. That seems like a buff. Zenshin tactics. Rework: when a survivor is within 6 meters of a drop pallet with 60 meters of your location, their aurora reveal for 6, 8, and 10 seconds. Deadman switch now applies only to the first survivors who stops repairing a generator. Increased duration to 40, 45, 50 seconds was 20, 25. That is a nerf. Wow. That perk is used all the time, too. I bet you people are going to be yelling about that one. Anyway. Blood Echo removed. Blood Echo no longer has a cooldown. Change. Reduced duration to 20, 25, 30 seconds. Hex crowd control rework. The last 3, 4, or 5 vaults with each survivor rush vault are blocked by the entity. This lasts until the Hex totem is cleansed. Predator rework. When a survivor escapes as chased, reveal the aurora for 6 seconds. This perk then goes on cooldown for 60, 50, 40. Well, that's garbage now. Alrighty. Updates. Oh boy, oh boy, I see the hillbilly. The Skull Merchant. Change. Decreased enter penalty when scanned by a drone 5 seconds. It was 10. Removed. The Skull Merchant no longer gains haste when scanning a survivor. Dev note. These 2 effects combine to create a huge difference between the killer and survivors. We have removed one and toned the other down to fairer level. Change. Reduce the number of drone scans to 1. It was 2. Drones are now always in their active state. Drone scan lines are now invisible beyond 16 meters. Well, that killer's dead. Literally. They nerfed the crap out of that one. Your Skull Merchant person, you might want to change your person. That's kind of crazy there. All right, what do we got here? What'd you do to my hillbilly? Decreased time before overdrive starts to dissipate to 8 seconds was 15 seconds. Decreased overdrive momentum speed to 11.5. It was 13. Decreased overdrive charge gained while revving and sprinting 1.5 to 2. Increased chainsaw missed attack cooldown 2.7 was 2.4. That was a nerf. My God. All right. The Twins. Increase Victor's cooldown when crushed to 20 seconds. It was 15. Increased cooldown after Victor's down to Survivor 3.2 that's another nerf. Okay. A lot of nerfs today. The Unknown. New HUD update to display the teleport cooldown and hallucination spawn time. Change. The movement speed now decreased sooner when charging your power. Increased teleport recovery by 15%. Adjustments to blurry photo and vanishing box add-ons improve visual and audio feedback when using UVX. So that's a nerf to the Unknown. I mean, that's good stuff right there. I don't see nothing wrong there. And that's it. That's all we got. So I think with this update, you got a 50-50 here. You got 50% of the stuff that they changed is good, and you got 50% that is total ass. It really depends on how you look at it and what you like, though, in Dead by Daylight. Me personally, I think that a lot of the perks, I mean, a lot of people didn't use the perks anyway up here, but the perks that I know that people use all the times, like Dead Man Switch, that's not good. That's bad. That probably drops that down in usability, like people using it all the time. Nobody's going to use it all the time now because you pretty much nerfed her down. Distortion was used a lot at one time. It's not going to be used as much now because of that. Blood Rush as well. It was used a little bit. I've seen it enough, and yeah, it's not gonna be anymore. But the rest of these, I think you just have to try them and see what happens. It could work, with other perks combined with it. It might be all right. I personally, to me, just looking at this right now on the spot, no, I don't see too much that it's going to change a lot of gameplay. This is just messing with perks. This is people are going to run the same stuff they've been running. I don't see this being a big, oh my god, we need to call the boss up and tell them what the hell's up. I don't think that it's that bad. It just sucks that some of these perks that I know are used all the time. I've seen them in lobbies all the time as a killer or a survivor. They're not gonna like that, and I see why I got sent the little clip it there. This is the one I got sent a clip of, and I was like, well, that's garbage now. It's not like it used to be. It's not even close. So it all depends, like, and what perks you use. This is going to be interesting to use your old Deathbound, but Deathbound no longer has the distance requirement and no longer has a duration. Instead, just activates when the healer is hooked. That's interesting there. That should be very interesting on your slugging killers there. People that just swing a lot. So, I don't know. I say 50-50. You got some good, you got some bad. We're going to have to go out there, put some together, and try to figure out what's good and what's bad when that drops into PTB. But of course, that don't happen for a while. I think next week the PTB starts. So all them changes are coming soon. But for now, you need to get on out there and play that modifier so you can collect your stuff. So get on it. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Hit the bell. Let me know down below what you like about all that patch notes, what you don't like. And yeah, I'll see you probably in that old lights out. Have a good rest of your day, and I am out of here.